right, so the fun joys of owning a motorhome. This one's new to us. It's been a lot of trouble, and we haven't owned it that long yet. In fact, we're talking about taking the old one right now. So anyways, we'll try to get this linear actuator back on for the wastegate on the turbo. This is where the air cleaner goes. I got the air cleaner out, and it looks new, but it's not. It's pretty trash, so we'll got a new one coming in for that. Here I am, changing drip pans, drip pan.
Yay. Yay. Hi, Drippy.
Well, drip pan's his name. So the old motorhome is called Humpty Dumpty, and this one is now called Drip Pan because we've had a drip pan under it for more time than it's not. For those of you who don't know, or maybe watching this video right now, last week the air suspension would not go up on this. So we said, well, we'll just pull it in the shop and work on it. We went to pull it in the shop and we were dripping oil. What we did not realize, see, or feel is that the oil pan drug on the concrete coming in. So that's my fault here and here. And then I'll do all the ones over here except for one about the same location. That way we can be prepared to take it down.
So drop them all but two.
All but two. And two, spaced about a foot apart. Yeah, I'd much rather just put a new one on than fix it, because fixing it takes a lot of extra work, and it's not guaranteed.
All right, that's
2 easy ones to get to.
Yeah.
So Corey loosened up a bracket up here holding the main water line on. This is the lowest point. You can feel there's weight in there, and we're hoping that there's enough flexibility in that we can get this oil pan off without having to take it off, because taking that off means we got to drain the entire coolant system. In an engine this big, we're talking probably 15 or 20 gallons of water. Now,
Yep.
I'm gonna drop this down.
Drop this side down.
Aha, got it. Okay, so we got the oil pan off now, and we're marveling at the size of this crankshaft. This is an inline 6 Cummins 8.9 liter. I don't know if I can get it or not. We're going to try here. We get the size of the pistons in this thing. They are ginormous. I don't know if you can get them very well here, but they are some huge pistons, huge connecting rods. I mean, this heavy duty stuff. Get the drain area cleaned up a little bit, the oil off of it so that we can see if we can repair it better. If we can get it repaired, the stuff sets up and is cured in less than 6 hours. So we'll be able to know if it's going to hold oil and we can use it or not. Got the gasket well protected in a cardboard box. If it is, then we're a go. But I also have to go back down to the tag office to get a tag for this motorhome, because when I was over there last time, their machine for making tags or registering it wasn't working, and they called me just a little bit ago and said, hey, we can make your tag now. So I'm going to run back down there and get it before they close at 4:30. So Corey, you want to tell us what's going on?
Well, whenever pulling the motorhome in, it looks like we drug all this over the concrete over there, and this has had a past repair of fiberglass mesh is what it looks like. You can kind of see all the fibers that are in it. So I think what we're going to have to do is possibly put a new fiber mesh on the outside, but epoxy resin what's on the inside, because it looks like the inside looks like we got some cracking all the way around. All this stuff here, definitely down inside, even inside this where the nut goes, because there's actually a nut.
For the drain plug. So big picture is there's pretty good cracks all the way through, and it has been repaired before. And it was probably repaired for the same reason we got to repair it right now is we can't get a new oil pan. That oil pan cracks pretty good, and it's pretty aggressive. I've got to run down tag like I mentioned before, and then I'll probably come back in there tonight, and the stuff sets up and cures within a few hours. But I've never worked with it before, so it's new for me. So this is big slack doing big slack stuff, I guess. Just happens that way. But this is kind of just a discussion about what happens. Other things happen when you get ready for a show. Beyond building winch plates or building trailers, we've got this going on too. So, and we'd like to get fully moved into our shop, which may make it harder to fit that motorhome in there, but we're okay with that. Okay, it's about 11:30 at night. I came back out here. Corey finished cleaning the inside of the pan out. I tried to get some footage, GoPro, of what I did, and this is pretty extensive here, a lot worse than I was hoping for. But you can see there's a crack here, across here, a little bit into this side of where it drops down to drain the oil. It's pretty messed up out here. This is where it looks like a previous repair was made. I mean, definitely got glass in it. I thought it was a plastic, but it might be a fiberglass, oil pan, or it's just a fiberglass repair. But right here is pretty beat up. You can get through it there. Now on the other side, got some cracks all the way into here, up here where that reinforcement is, down inside of there, and in this corner here, and these seams here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do epoxy on the inside here through all those seams, just help make those watertight, or should I say oil tight. The drain plug that goes down in here, I have it, it's right here. It's this nut here that drops down inside of that slot. And the trouble is you got to make sure there's not too much epoxy in there and that nut can't go in it. But I might actually set that nut down into the epoxy to make sure that it can tighten up and not roll around in there, because it rolls around a little bit in there, but it's not terrible if you know it's like that. But I'll start the repair on the outside. Guys at Guy Auto replied enough. Jim Warren over there is wonderful to recommend putting some glass on it. So I'll put this on with some of the epoxy they recommended, which I'll show that to you. Special gun to apply the epoxy. It's called Fuser 100 EZ. It's pretty good stuff. Anyways, I got a couple sets of it in case I need it. Got some surface modifier to help it stick even better, and a second tube of that. And I've got tons of different types of JB Weld in there. So as much as we can read about it, this can go on the inside of the pan. And if I have leftover of this, it'll go on the inside of the pan. Anyways, that's what I have. And I'm going to try to get on with the actual repair part now. I'll cut the fiberglass first, and then I'll apply the sealant or the epoxy, and then I'll put the fiberglass on it, then I'll apply some more epoxy, and hopefully not make too big of a disaster here. All right, so I'm back. It looks terrible, but there's a layer of fiberglass and that special epoxy resin on the outside. It can be sanded whenever right now. And I'm going to get ready to work on the inside, which looks worse than the outside. You got cracking over here and up here and across here. Got one little one back here we'll fill. And I'm going to go and do this valley all the way around, because on the outside it was cracked, but it's not all the way through. Either way, I think once we get this filled up, we're going to use JB Weld on the inside, because the other stuff is not specifically designed for petroleum contact all the time. So anyways, this is what they recommended on the outside. I'll do this on the inside, this just a standard JB Weld, and we'll go from there. Well, look at that on the camera. See that epoxy highlights a lot more on the camera than it does in real life. So that's just JB Weld on the inside. This is a very special compound on the outside with fiber inside of it. Now, if it was like a body panel on a car, you'd sand it and smooth it and all that kind of stuff. So I just needed to be strong. Mark again at Big Psych Off-Road. We're going to finally get underway. We're probably about a day and a half late leaving because of, well, we're going to call it drip painting, because that's its name now. It is back together. It's obviously running. We've been about to take it on a maiden voyage to run to town and get some fuel in it. Hopefully it all goes well. It's been a really busy few days trying to make sure that everything gets put back together on it. And, well, it's been a bit of a surprise. Anyways, look forward to seeing y'all in Southern California.